Well, hello there, friend. Welcome to the channel. This is your host, Amy, the channel being Amy Cat's Colors, and I do appreciate you stopping by here on YouTube. On my channel, I'm sharing my passion for all things coloring, hauls, completed pages, participation in tag videos, collections, tours, chats, coloring chats, all the lovely fun things here on the community, which is ever growing, and I do love that. So today's video, I will be sharing a small haul. It's a haul, y'all. Not too many things, a couple supplies and a few books, and then I'll just wrap it up at the end there with a little bit of a summary for my month of coloring so far of November 2025. So let's get started. I think I'm gonna do supplies first, and I saw on Amazon that this here set of Faber-Castell gelatos has been in my save for later for over a year, and it dipped below to the lowest price I've ever seen it. I will pop up some information relative to that, but I know it'll be different for everybody, but I'm US Amazon. And I've never used gelatos before. They've been around for a really long time. I would say that they're very similar to a gel crown, right? Like a gel stick. So they are multi-purpose color sticks, water soluble, creamy colors, tinting mediums. And this particular set is a gift set of 28 gelatos, some blending tools, and a water brush. So in total, there's 33 pieces. I've been kind of interested in this and was just going to wait until the price was right. It's been a little while since I've introduced a new medium. You know, I'm not even far enough back for you to see everything. Here we go. So I thought it would be a great idea. Now, this little tip, if you've not done it before, I think most everyone's aware. If you start selecting things on Amazon, and instead of putting it in your cart, or putting it in your cart and then clicking save for later, every day that you go to Amazon and you check your save for later by, like going to your cart and scrolling down, it will give you a summary of price changes. So any day that I'm interested in what's going on in my save for later, I can see the prices that have gone up, gone down, and that's very helpful if there's some things that you maybe have been considering but just aren't, you don't necessarily need to get them right away and are just waiting for like a good price. So this was actually a significantly lower, in my opinion, than I had seen it ever. So I was like, oh hey, maybe now. And here are the colors. They're pretty good variety here of some of the bold colors. Bold jewel tone, I'd say. A few grays, black, white. And it says that they work on paper, canvas, fabrics, ribbons, journal boards, woods. Yes. So, I've been crafting for a while. I had heard about these. I want to say that I had heard about these even back in my scrapbooking days, which I haven't scrapbooked in a really long time, but I know that one day it's going to be there for me awaiting, and I will go back to it. It's just not been something that I've spent time on lately, but I've not given up completely. But yeah, gelatos. And so I have taken one out and used it. So spoiler alert, I'll share you one of the pages I'm working on for the month is in the Knights of the Tay Realm coloring book from Aleph Vernon. And there's a small group of us working in this kind of casually. We're like on our second page, but it's been across over a couple months. This is from Andrews McMeel Publishing, andrewsmcmeal.com. And we are doing this page, and I decided to go with a Wicked theme. And this is the Wicked for Good premieres this month. It's actually out today. I'm almost finished. I've used a lot of watercolor on here, some pearlescent and regular watercolor, and then for the pink gel crown, one of the pinks, it is this pink sapphire. I'm pretty sure that's the one that I used. I went around and just kind of marked up some random spots in the background, and then went over that with a little bit of water with a water brush. And the green's actually Inktense. I'm not sure why I didn't just use another gelato, but that's fine. So I did Inktense for the green. I think I'm going to touch that up a little bit more, go over it with one more shade of green. I've got to do some of the details here, the metal details on the horse and on Taylor, Elphaba Taylor. But it was really fun to do this one. So yeah, those are the gelatos, and those are really fun to use. I like them. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm not going to store it in this. That'll be annoying. So I have this case that I've only been using on occasion, that I had purchased from Bath and Body Works during the Disney Villains collection earlier this year. It was only like a month or two ago. And this is the Maleficent case. I think this is pretty big. I'm going to put them all in here, including the tools. And so I think that'll be nice for that. Okay. I don't see too many people talking about gelatos, though, or using them. There are a handful. But they are also, because they're pretty expensive, you can get them open stock. Where? I don't know, but you can buy them that way. Like, you can buy them as singles. And then the only other supply that I got recently, you can get just the set of black acrylic brush markers from Guangna. This is a set of 12. My daughter and I, we are really loving these for the Hatchet color by number. I find that I reach for them more often than the Languio and more often than the Touliart, which are all great. So don't get me wrong. These especially for small spaces. Touliart, I just have a wider range of some of the colors. But I think it's 168. Yeah, I have the 168 set of Guangna, which you can even get bigger sizes now. We're loving these because of how easy they are to use. Now, they're not as opaque as the other two mediums, but you can easily go over something 2 or 3 times, and that's not hard at all. So our black ran out. My daughter's been using these and loving these, so I was like, I bet they sell just the black. So sure enough, they do, and I got these on Amazon. So we've got some black. Now, for my black outline, I like to use this, and this was a recommendation a while ago from the former Disney Meg, now Meg's Coloring Corner, Megan, here on YouTube and on Instagram, the Arteza acrylic markers. And this is a plastic nib, and they do require prime pump and all that, but this looks really good. It does have like a glossy-ish finish if you are into that. It is not matte. Like this will be more like a matte. But I really enjoy these, and these do also come in a set that I got of all black and white, which I'm not sure why I did that because I really don't like the white that's in there. I can't get them to work very well for me. They are not opaque at all. So I think that's all I was gonna say. Yeah, and because like I have Posca too, I use those on occasion. But anyhow, those are the little supplies I got. And then on the books, so very excited when R.J. Hampson announced a little while back that he was going to be releasing Winter Wonder coloring book as his next book. And, you know, I was really excited about it. I knew I was going to get it before I had seen any flip through. And what I really love about this one is it's not just Christmas. It's winter and Christmas, but there's definitely some Christmas pages in here, or holiday type in here. I love doing the differences. I like having the extra set and looking to see what the little differences are. And I don't mind the Amazon paper because I can use alcohol markers on these and then do some pencil shading over top, and it looks really good. And it doesn't bother me too much. Actually, I'll do watercolor on them too, and the crinkling doesn't bother me too much either. You just have to be like, you can't be too heavy-handed with it. But there is a pretty big group of us doing this collab. Piggy Pens started a collab for this one, and I was fortunate enough to see that pretty quickly to get to participate in it. For this holiday season, will be presented to RJ once we are complete, when we finish with it. We're doing everything. We're doing like the little, intro pages and the both sets. So thanks to Piggy Pens for coordinating that effort. It's fantastic. I know it's a ton of work that goes into it, and how she did it was really well structured and organized, and I'm so excited to be working in this one. It's a really wonderful book, and it's actually only my second ever R.J. Hampson book. I'm trying to go slow into my collections. I have Serendipity. I love Serendipity. I've colored quite a few pages in there at this point. I say quite a few, but it's probably, it's more than 3. But it might be 4. It's maybe 4 or 5, but that's a lot. When you have a ton of books, that's a lot. That's not bad. So I love Serendipity. I'm actually doing a buddy color in there this month on that Alice themed page, Alice in Wonderland inspired page. I think there's quite a few colorists who are doing that one. But I love Serendipity. There are absolutely lots of books in his collection that I would love to get at some point, but very excited this one and looking forward to coloring in it. And then what I was excited to talk about for this little haul was that I made my first trip to an Ollie's, which Ollie's is here in the US. And it's kind of reminded me of like a, what is the word that I was looking, closeout, like a, well, first of all, I was describing it to my daughter. She was with me as a, like, kind of like a little bit step above, like a Dollar Tree or a Five Below, that it's kind of that, it's cheaper stuff, but it's, what in the world am I thinking about? When I will put it on the screen and laugh at myself when I remember it. Overstock. overstock. It's like overstock. It's stuff from, like last season, or, they're changing inventories because, like, for example, we saw like some Halloween candy and stuff in there. It's mid-November. And they have coloring books. They have lots of books. They have children's toys. They have home decor, like a little bit, some different things, odds and ends. But anyway, we were in there. We were in another city for an afternoon tea. It was actually a Christmas themed. It was a Nutcracker tea, afternoon tea. And I realized on the way, I was like, oh, there's an Ollie's. We should try to go if we can. And we did. We stopped in there for like just a couple minutes. And then I realized that there is some where we live. There's some closer that are maybe 35, 40 minutes away. But, so yeah, I'll have to go back. But they had some mythographic books. So I picked up Wild Summer for $3.99, which is crazy. They had, let's see, I forgot already. I want to say Shangri-La, Voyager, Wild Summer. They might have had a couple others, but of the ones that they had, this was the one that I was like, well, for $3.99, I want this. This is actually tends to be one of the favorites in the community, aside from Dragonspell. When it comes to mythographic, I have Crystal Kingdom and I have the Artist Vault, but I love the pictures in here. I am familiar with the pictures and the flip throughs and seeing everyone's gorgeous pages in here. Like this one. This one's been done a lot with the panda and the watermelon, but for $3.99, because like even it's like on Amazon, it's still like I think I want to say these are like they run $15 to $20 US, I believe. And yes, they are a lot of detail, but I love mythographic books, so I'm very excited about that, and to expand my mythographic collection a little bit. And then they did have like one or two Mythagoria. I'm going to say they had Poison Passion, but it's very exciting. They had some Kirby, but the Kirby books that they had, I either already have them or they were the ones that are the, what do you call it? It's like a collection of some of his previous works. So I wasn't like super interested in that. But then I got this, and now this has been in my save for later for over a year, and this was $1.99. And I confirmed that, in fact, the Mandalorian coloring book is still, because I checked out, I bought it anyway, but then I later got home and I was like, let me see what it's going for on Amazon still, and sure enough, it's still the same price that it was. I want to say, I might get this wrong, but it might be like $15 or something. But yeah, I mean, come on, you're never going to see it go to $1.99. And this is kind of one of those books where, I love Star Wars. I really want to collect some Star Wars books, even if I don't color in them a ton. I love this one, and I love how they did the title there. These are single-sided, and paper's actually kind of thick. And they're perforated. This isn't something, like, I'd color some of these. I definitely color some of these, but very excited. I do have some Star Wars books. But, like, I don't know that I would color all of them. And like how I did in Space Timber, I did the altered page. I could see myself doing some altered pages with some of these. Like with ephemera or washi tape or stickers or something like that, just to give it a little more detail. Because most of these are just single character images. They're not like scenes. Well, that one is, but if you know what I mean. So like there's a lot you could do with that one. Where did it go? Like with that one, to alter that one. A lot you could do to design like your own helmet, but I was pretty happy to get this for $1.99. So anyway, so that's Ollie's. And they did, like what else did they have? They had a few other things that were definitely like books you would have heard of or publishers you would have heard of, but they also have like a line of like some of the cute, cozy, cheaper books. And I think all those might have been $1.99, but my daughter was looking at them. She was like, yeah, they just don't, the art is not consistent. So I think they're AI. We didn't get any of those. But yeah, so that's my little haul. And I haven't decided yet if I'm going to get some more Christmas stuff. I have several books now for Christmas. I have a countdown to Christmas that I'm going to be doing. I did not do that as a video, but I do have a short on YouTube of the flip through of Jeanette Veronica's Countdown to Christmas, Volume 2 for this year. That came out this year. So I'm going to be doing that. I know Camellia Angelkova just put out a new one today, I believe. I saw that the video posted this morning. So I'm not sure. We'll see. I'm considering it. I'm considering probably though like a color by number Christmas. But yeah, so that's the haul. Now for just kind of wrapping things up here with the chat. November is on target to be the least amount that I've colored in a month this year. And that's okay. I'm going to come to the terms with the fact that that's the case. I think it makes sense because I did a lot for Halloween in October. I'm going to be doing a lot in December, and I know I'm going to be coloring, in that countdown every day. So I'm okay with it. I think I needed a break. I've definitely been focusing some on, having good quality family time and doing some video games. I've talked about this before, but maybe not in a while. I really am into Disney Dreamlight Valley. So I've been playing that a lot. I've been reading more. And then, I work full time outside the home. So that's really a big chunk of my week. So I color when I can, and I like to make time for coloring and watching videos. I have not caught up with hardly any of the completed pages for October. I'm still working my way through. I'm also I know that so many folks have done the coloring confessions tag, and I will be doing that tag, and I'm going to be super late, but that's okay. I think I'm going to do it next week. And I'm going to modify mine a little bit. I'm not going to do all the same questions. I'll do a subset of the questions. And then I've just thought about other things that are my confessions that I wanted to mention. There's things that I've thought about. But I think it's so exciting that a tag video has gone viral almost in the community, that so many people are loving that and participating in that. And it's really exciting because you don't always see that. I love tag videos because I feel like it's an easy content win and fun to do. For me as a creator, it's fun to do the tag videos, and I have quite a few. I have them in a playlist, but they are a good way to get to know the person who's running the channel, or the colorist on the channel. So I think that's cool. But I don't know what it is lately. I just haven't been totally feeling like making videos, and I apologize for that. I also haven't felt like coloring every day, and it's just okay. That's just how it is. But I am loving that there's just so many people, so many new people too. Just so many people coloring. It's like I almost got, be careful what you wish for kind of thing. Because I was always super, super, super worried that coloring just wasn't really a thing anymore. I've talked about this quite a few times on the channel, but like that's kind of how I got started. Was I was really worried that it was a dying like hobby because I didn't see it as much. I wasn't at that time. I wasn't watching it like as much on social media, but I knew just from being a consumer that I didn't see a whole lot of like coloring books or supplies, in stores. So in my head, I was just like, oh, well, that's might be a dying thing. So maybe I should contribute. Maybe I should get out there and keep it going, keep it alive. But little did I know it's like it's huge, and it's blown up even more since COVID and like TikTok. And then the cute cozy thing has like introduced a ton of people to coloring, some of whom have branched over into other types of coloring and have realized that, hey, there's more out there than just, nothing against it, but there's more out there than just the cute, cozy alcohol marker coloring, that there's all types of mediums and all kinds of books. I didn't know until I started getting back into it 2 years ago, almost January 2024, that like the color by number, because I didn't know about any of the color by number, Sachin Sachdeva, the Hatchet, like any of them. Sen Ong, I really like hers, as well as Alexander Francis. So many color by number. I just had no idea. It's not something that I ever see in a store where I'm at anyway. I don't ever see that stuff. So yeah, it's been fun. Here lately, I've been getting back into watercolor. I've been doing quite a few pages, even in the Amazon printed, in watercolor, with watercolor. It's just, I don't know. I hadn't done it in a while. It's easy to do. It's relaxing to do. It's probably easier on my hands, I would say. But I've liked that. But yeah, that's kind of it for me so far for November. I wish I was getting more done. I will say that kind of bums me out. This is something I've been feeling a lot lately, is like I'm collecting books. I mean, and I'm pretty good at controlling my spending and shopping and all that, but like I don't want to do too much overconsumption, but I still feel like I have a ton of books and that so many of them are neglected. I try not to think of it that way. Like some of them I know I collect because I just appreciate them and I enjoy looking at the books and appreciating the art. But then others I'm like, oh, I wish I had more time to. But that's every colorist, right? Probably, at least a lot of us, is like, wish we could color more. There's just not enough time in the day. But anyhow, I hope that you all are doing fantastic and enjoying your month of coloring. And until next time, happy coloring. And I hope to see you again real soon. Thanks for joining me. Bye.